In 2014, PSL Racing is born. We first entered the British Racing Series and lost by 11 points to British Engineering. Moving down under, and PSL Racing won their first championship in 2015 in the Australian Grand Prix Series. We returned back home a year later to win the British Racing Series in only our second attempt. Having won 8 championships, now only 1 is left. Here in 2027, only 13 years after the team was formed, we are going to take on the most prestigious championship in motor racing, the World Spec Series. Right then guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here for part 20 in my Motorsport Manager Let's Play. Now, I know it's been a little while since an episode in this series went out, but we've only got 2 episodes left to go. Hopefully, we can win the biggest championship in not this episode, but the next episode. So, let's start the new season. We won't dilly-dally. We've got $87 million from the past few championships where we've been saving up so much money. May as well get the design upgrade. Money is immaterial to us at this point. We've got so much of it. And, well, how much? What's the jackpot? $70 million if we win this championship, which we should do by all accounts. Get some higher popularity with the fans. Not to say that well, it does matter in the real world, but in this game it has pretty little impact, especially as it's just gone down again. So, what was the point in that? But yeah, right, okay, so sponsors, we need a new title sponsor, don't we? Let's get Inferno Clothing, just because, even though it's worse, Inferno Clothing just looked like the better one in terms of as a brand. So, one thing we want to do is change the team name. I know someone suggested that we should change the name to PSL Brawn or Brawn PSL, but we're going to go back to the traditional PSL, that's not a capital L, PSL Racing. I don't want capitals for this, only because it's the final season we're doing, so we may as well go back to how the team used to be. We might go back to the disgusting orange that we had. That orange is pretty disgusting though. Nah, sod it. We'll go back to the orange. If I get sick of it, I might change it to yellow. But, God, I forgot how disgusting this orange was. But it's what we had for the first few episodes. And, yeah, so let's continue on. And now we got a dilemma. Oh! Actually, I'm glad this popped up, because I completely forgot about it. Yes, Rihanna Girard, her contract has ran out. Now, she was a really key driver for us. Well, she has been for the past couple of championships at least. I mean, she's a double World Drivers Champion, but come the end of the last championship, she was massively outpaced by a younger teammate. So, and you guys, I did pose the question, should we get rid of her or not? And everybody was saying that, look, we've got someone, yep, Abril van Eshelen in our young driver program. She's an all 99 rated driver as well, so we may as well get rid of Rihanna Girard. She was a very good driver, really honestly very good, and you know, a double world champion. And I don't think there's many, if any, driver who's ever been with the team who has been a double world champion. But we're getting rid of her, and now we're going to promote Abril van Eshelen. I mean, even the experienced drivers aren't too great. The ones that are available at them. Hang on. Okay, that was weird. I swear when I went on, it doesn't matter. We're promoting Abril van Eshelen, both on equal status. She's rejecting the contract. Why is she doing this? Okay, young drivers. Abril, well, we'll pay her loads. As I said, money doesn't really matter to us at this point. Thank God she accepted that. So, we've got Sanja Hicks and Abril van Eshelen, 2 equal drivers. both with maximum driving stats. So we're talking the 2 best drivers in the world battling out in the number 1 championship, the World Spec Series. So yeah, this could honestly be very interesting. What's the calendar like as well? Barcelona, Melbourne, Shanghai, Indianapolis, Liège, Aberdeen. Aberdeen has found its way onto the most prestigious championship. Wow. Seattle, Durango, Montpellier, Nagano, and rather aptly ending in Sao Paulo. Alright. I was about to say we haven't got any... Well, we have got a Scottish race. We haven't got an English race, but we've got a British race, so that's fine. And yeah, let's just head on to the first race in the World Spec Series, which is actually... It's at Barcelona. Yeah, so let's head there. Well, that was a weird qualifying. I mean, it was wet and then got dry literally within the last minute. I have no idea what happened to our pace all of a sudden. But Sanya Hicks is in 8th and Van Echelen is 18th. Which is a little worrying. I don't even recognise any of these teams as well. I think these are all brand new teams. Northern Monkey Racing. What team is that? I mean, with Garvin in 5th place. Team Rocket? What is this Pokemon all of a sudden? We got some weird teams here, but anyway, yeah, onto the race. Hopefully the race goes a little bit better for us. Alright, here's what's interesting is it's still wet. Well, okay, it's just got sunny all of a sudden, but everyone else has just come into the pits. Alright, okay. I think the back markers had enough time to realise it was drying up, so they put on the hards. Lots of the front runners who we were battling with have put on the wets. Alright, okay. Actually no, let's put on the soft tyres actually. I think we'll do 2 sets of softs. I don't know if the hards will make it all the way. Oh, I think we got a little bit lucky. This has happened. This happened a few times previously in the past couple of championships, which I post-commentated. Yeah. I think literally we're gonna see. No, apparently, I mean it's pretty bone dry at this point. We've still got loads of people out on the wets. Okay, Van Echelen ain't doing too well, but she's making her way through the field. Hicks is, to all intents and purposes, in 1st place, and by quite a way as well. Because, well, it depends. I mean, is everyone ahead coming into the pits now? No. There's no rain expected as well, so these people who are sticking out on the wets are mad, completely mad. Especially as that's Beach in 3rd place has just retired, probably crashed out by being on the wets in dry conditions. That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, what has even happened? What has even happened? I really thought I was not expecting anything after qualifying, but I mean, look, Hicks is going to pass Montgomery for the lead. I mean, this is staggering. Van Echelen's in 10th, and is Montgomery coming into the pits now? Oh yeah, when it's completely bone dry, he'll finally come into the pits. Van Echelen is 9th. I mean, the game, it was kind of glitching out at the bottom. But yeah, Van Echelen is now in 4th, 5th. Okay, so we're in 1st and 5th. Okay, so Hicks is in 2nd. Montgomery came out ahead, but he fitted on the soft tyres. So, there you go. He's had to stop again. Van Echelen is in 5th. Oh, but she's got Warren ahead and Davenport. They're both going to have to stop again. So that means Van Echelen is in 3rd. Okay, so at the moment we're in 1st and 3rd. Looking pretty comfortable. Honestly, after qualifying, was not expecting anything. I was getting worried I might have to do 2 seasons in this championship, but no, apparently it's all come good in the race. 1st and 3rd, but it's only because, well, A, we got lucky with when the track dried up, and B, just lots of the front runners decided to, and that's Van Echelen, who just passed Montgomery. As we can see in the pits, oh, we can't see, but Montgomery pitted. Oh no, it looks like Van Echelen, because our soft tyres are completely destroyed at this point. Van Echelen has lost 3rd place. It looks like she might lose even more places. Hicks, I think, has taken the win. Yes, she's going to win in Barcelona, the first race in the World Spec Series. I really have. I mean, when did I last play this game? Oh, nearly a month ago. I'm a little bit rusty, but it looks like Van Eshelen is going to hold third. No, fourth. Okay, but considering she qualified in 17th, that's pretty good going. Well, there you go. So Sanya Hicks wins the Barcelona Grand Prix with a first and fourth for the team. Cannon Montgomery for... Is that Koch Tech? Now, is there any team with a sensible name in this championship? Gomma Sport, Shoe Motorsport, Droid Racing, West GP. I guess it's like the only normal one. So qualifying in Melbourne has gone a little bit better. 6th and 10th. And where were we last time? 7th and 17th, I think, at the last race. But we've still got Montgomery up there. I think he is one to watch out for. But Koch Tech, they're just, I mean, Abbott's in 9th. As I said, there's no clear, quick team. No. It's like, I think every team is using the driver 1, driver 2 structure. It must be. It would explain why there's quite a few people quicker than our perfect drivers. And it would just explain a lot, really. Okay, so we've ended up in 1st and 2nd. I don't quite know how that's happened, but because we were down in the midfield on the soft tyres. I think everyone else who was on the softs pitted on lap 5. We pitted on lap 6. Then we somehow jumped the hard runners. Because you got, I mean, if we can look back, we got Verray on the hard tyres who's holding up everyone else. And I think we were just able to clear the train. Possibly. I don't, or maybe we jumped everyone by staying out a lap longer. But either way, we're in 1st and 2nd, telling our drivers to conserve for this stint. Because if we can do a 7-lap stint, then we only have to pit twice. And we can stay on the soft tyres the entire time. And okay, and apparently we're an entire pit stop ahead. I mean, both of our guys are coming to the pits, and we got Montgomery, who's only pitted once. He's on, he's still behind us. And I think he's done the entire race on the hard tyres, but he's going to have to come into the pits this lap. Yes, he will. So we're over a pit stop ahead of our nearest competitor. Yeah, so it's going to be a dominant 1-2, I think. And with just 2 corners left to go, Sanya Hicks is going to win the Melbourne Grand Prix in the World Spec Series. Down the start finish straight, there you go. And Van Eshelen, yep, she's going to take a comfortable 2nd place as well, about 20 seconds ahead of her nearest competitor. That's Warren in the whatever team he drives for, the green team. I don't know, they've all got stupid names in this championship. I mean, this championship, I think the World Grand Prix Championship, the previous one, that's like the F1 ripoff, and then this one's just like the kind of the joke one, I guess, almost. I wouldn't want to say that, but the last one, the previous one was like F1, and then this one's just a fantasy one, I guess I'd say. Yeah, so it was Warren for Fraser Nash, then Montgomery for Koch Tech. I guess Fraser Nash did quite well overall this race, 3rd and 5th, but still, Drivers' Championship, Sanya Hicks, yeah, leading that by 20 points from Van Eshelen, and then, yeah, Constructors' Championship basically wrapped it up already. Right then, so we got an upgrade dilemma, a manufacturing upgrade and an aerodynamics upgrade. And money's irrelevant, so we may as well get the way more effective manufacturing upgrade, so we'll do that. And that means our car rating is now 94, it was 93 earlier on, so we'll click continue. And yep, there you go, so qualifying for Shanghai coming up. Right, this is more what I was expecting when I was heading into this championship. Sanya Hicks took pole position, and Van Eshelen took 2nd. I was kind of expecting dominance in qualifying and the race, not just dominance in the race. But Collette is actually behind us, then it's Bouquet, Warren, Abbott, so a couple of recognisable names there. But where's Montgomery down in 18th? Okay. Right now, if this doesn't show how different our drivers are, supposedly equal drivers, we got Hicks challenging for the lead from to get it off of Bouquet. Hasn't quite done it. Then we got Van Eshelen 5 seconds back and is actually defending. So Yeah, I mean, Hicks, she's been the more dominant driver. Well, she's been the quicker driver. In fact, as we say that, she's just taken the lead. But she's been the quicker driver noticeably, you know, by far, so far this season. And I think this visually proves it. Oh, fantastic. Van Eshelen has retired from 3rd place due to a technical failure. Hopefully, Hicks should still win. Probably will, but that's gutting, absolutely gutting at this point. 1 lap left to go. I think it's supposed to get sunny any moment now, in 2 minutes time. Okay, so probably just after the race ends. It'll be nice and sunny for the podium. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, okay, Hicks has won the Shanghai Grand Prix, but I don't mind really, because we're going to win the Constructors' Championship. I don't really see any way we're going to lose it, but I was looking forward to this epic battle between Hicks and Van Eshelen. That isn't going to happen because Van Eshelen, A, she's been more unlucky, and B, she just isn't as quick. And even if we kept Rihanna Girard, we would have the same issue. It just looks like this epic teammate battle, which I was looking forward to, just isn't going to happen. But, yeah, so it's Hicks from Johnson, Warren, Bouquet. Actually, both Droid Racing's doing quite well. Yeah, and in fact, Van Eshelen has fallen behind Warren in the Drivers' Championship and Constructors. Okay, a little under double the points of Fraser Nash, but yeah, still dominant in that sense. Hang on, wait, what? Van Eshelen has just been in qualifying now. She's falling down the order, yet it's raining. Van Eshelen set her time when it was bone dry, yet now the track's getting slightly wetter. Apparently lap times are improving? The logic? I don't know. But anyway, we're in Indianapolis, my favourite track in this game, just because... Oh yeah, apparently we're improving now. I mean... Okay. I know recently I did a video on F1 2016, kind of the glitch video of winning in the wet on slick tyres. I wasn't expecting it to happen in this game as well, but oh, and you're kidding! How did Van Eshelen lose 2nd? Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, no, that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Indianapolis is still my favourite track in this game, but... Great. Right, so here we go from 1st and 3rd on the grid, and Van Eshelen... Oh, she's moving backwards. Hicks has been able to maintain her lead. Yeah, Van Eshelen is just rubbish by comparison. They've both got all 99 driving stats. You wouldn't have thought it looking at them. But yeah, Indianapolis, that reminds me, is obviously, I mean, when was the last time I did a live commentary video in this series? I mean, maybe late July? Early August? A long time ago. But, yeah, and obviously a lot has changed in the racing scene since I last did a live commentary episode in this series. Most notably, that now obviously Liberty Media they've signed a deal to take over Formula 1, or at least become a majority shareholder anyway. So I actually think that's really good. I mean, Bernie Ecclestone is still going to be hanging around for, I think I read somewhere, the next 3 years or something at least. I don't really quite know. I don't even think they know exactly what Bernie's role is going to be. But no, I think it's a good thing that Bernie Ecclestone has still got a properly senior authoritative role, because he has shaped F1, and sure, his ideas on how to promote F1 are about, I don't know, let's say 20 years out of date probably, but I don't think you can just only have completely new ownership and not have anyone. You need a familiar face, you know, just to ease the transition. But no, I think Liberty Media buying F1, I think that'll be very good, because, you know, I mean, we know all sorts, especially, you know, you're going to know this because obviously this is on YouTube, but for example, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff like you can't use F1 footage on YouTube. I mean, what about, I mean, there's Cook Productions 1, and you know, and the other one who I forgot, Matt. I know his series is the Mystery Science Theatre of F1, and I can't think what his channel's called, but they've done like F1 race reviews, but they always have all sorts of copyright issues, even though it's fair use because it's under parody and it's under review. So But, you know, FOM don't care about that and always strike down the videos. I think, well, I hope that will stop with this. And I think also, well, just the general commercial side of F1, the promoting of the sport, I think will be better under Liberty Media, so a media company, than it is currently under CVC. And CVC, what's that? That's a private equity firm. So, I mean, to be honest, let's put it this way. The commercial, purely the commercial, I think that's what people forget, is it's purely the commercial side of Formula 1. That's much better under a media company than it is under some German financiers, I guess is how I would describe them. But, I mean, I don't think CVC, well, CVC did. I think CVC made F1 profitable. Well, I mean, moving to pay TV, I believe that was part of their drive, you know, to increase F1's revenue. Extortionate track fees, I believe that was also something of theirs. Well, I don't know, maybe, well, I don't know, it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say what decision was created by Bernie Ecclestone and which one was CVC, and whether it was a mixture of the two. But, extortionate track fees, pay TV, I think that's all really hasn't helped F1. But anyway, Sanya Hicks has won the Indianapolis Grand Prix. Van Eshelen, she'll come home in second place. Yes, she will. But yeah, no, I just generally think that the F1 from a commercial standpoint is better, will fare better under, yeah, a media group than that will be under some German financiers. So, yeah, even if Bernie Ecclestone's hanging around, which I could see why people wouldn't like, because he will stick his nose in and he might prevent Liberty Media from doing certain things, and Heineken, who's now... Heineken, are they the global commercial partner for Formula 1? But either way, I know Bernie might put up some kind of resistance, but I don't think he will. Well, do you know what? We'll see. Back to this series. Drivers' Championship. Hicks is now on 100 points. Her teammate Van Eshelen only on 48. Yeah, we're seeing some dominance already. Some Hicks domination right here, right now. Yeah, that's yeah, I mean, I was really hoping this finale would be epic. It's not going to be, is it? Okay. Well, I say the finale. The next episode is the finale in this series. Constructors' Championship, 148 points to 58. But yeah, I mean, look, because Droid Racing, Fraser Nash, and Gomma Sport are all on a similar amount of points. There's no clear second best team. Yeah, so, yeah, and Northern Monkey Racing, unsurprisingly, on no points, but considering their name, yeah, not at all surprised. I'll tell you what's happened here. Have a look at qualifying. Van Eshelen in first, and Hicks in second. This is new. The tables are literally... The tables have turned. I completely forgot the saying that I started saying. But, yeah, Abel Van Eshelen takes pole position for the Liège Grand Prix. And, yeah, half a second. It wasn't even a small gap. Half a second ahead of her teammate. Right, now, here's where it gets interesting. The race has started, or the race started under wet conditions. It's now drying up. Is anyone else coming into the pits? Oh, apparently everyone's coming into the pits. I say it's still quite wet. We might actually pit. The hards will probably make it to the end. I think the hards will be able to do a distance. So my experience of this game, I reckon the hards can do it. But Van Eshelen was able to pull away and is now 10 seconds ahead of her teammate. I mean, Hicks, I think, dropped down to a lower 5th. That race, she really didn't do all that well. But Van Eshelen will come into the pit and come out retaining the lead, I'm sure. Hicks, though, on the other hand, is in 4th. Okay, so, well as we can realistically expect to do. Everyone's on hard, so I think we're all on the same strategy. It's just now really a race to the flag. And literally just after I cut away, the safety car has come out, so I don't know how this is going to affect proceedings. It does mean that there will be no tyre wear for the time being, which is... Because I was starting to think that maybe we might have to pit again, although we would all be in the same position, but no, because we're going to have, well, the past like lap or two, we didn't have any tyre wear. This lap, and I reckon probably another one, will get by without having to worry about tyre conservation, so I think it really will be a race to the flag once the safety car comes in. Great, Hicks, you're doing really well, aren't you? The safety car's just come in, and Hicks has already dropped down to 5th. That's the rest of the field coming into the pits? Which, yeah, if the safety car never came out, you might need to do, but the hard tyres will easily make it to the end, so I think that's basically gifted Hicks 2nd place. Assuming the massive clump of cars behind do as well. Yeah, they're now all coming into the pits. Apart from Bouquet, but he's on the soft tyres, so I think he'll have to pit again, which he has. So yeah, so now because we're doing 1 stop less than everyone else, Van Echelen's leading, Hicks is in 2nd, and Hicks is about 15 seconds ahead of the nearest competitor. So here we go, April Van Echelen going round the S section to come round the final hairpin corner, and she's going to win the Liège Grand Prix, and the first Grand Prix win for April Van Echelen in Tier 1, and her first Grand Prix win with the team, with PSL Racing. Hicks came home in 2nd, she was caught up by Davenport a lot come the end, but still we've taken a 1-2, cannot complain with that whatsoever. And it appears we're going back to the qualifying form we had in the first 2 races in the World Spec Series, qualifying 5th and 8th, which isn't horrendous, but not brilliant really. I mean, it's not great considering our position in the championship and considering how well we've done the past few races. 5th and 8th is borderline unacceptable. We're in 1st and 5th, I wouldn't look too far into that because we've got, although lots of other people on the soft tyres, so I think we all have to stop one more time. Okay, I think it turns out we actually are in 1st and 5th, genuinely, but it was quite a boring race really. I don't know, I genuinely don't even know how we've ended up in 1st, but we just have. Well, Hicks has anyway, and of course it's Hicks. I mean, I was just hoping that, you know, that for the championship to create a little bit of excitement, Van Echelen would start winning, Hicks would crash or something, and then it'd be exciting, but no, that ain't gonna happen. I think Hicks is going to somehow win this Grand Prix quite comfortably, and Van Echelen is just gonna be in 4th. And I think the reason, I think we jumped the other guys, I think it's through strategy, because that's the 2nd time this race they've been on the hard tyres. But we've been on the soft tyres all race, and we've all stopped 3 times. So I think that's how we jumped them. Even though I don't quite know how that worked out, but it did somehow. And with just 1 corner left to go, Sanya Hicks is going to win the Scottish Grand Prix in Aberdeen. And I just saw the weather forecast, it actually said that rain was coming in a few minutes, so unsurprisingly it's going to rain in Scotland, but surprisingly it actually didn't rain throughout the course of the race. Now Van Echelen, oh no, as soon as I say that the rain is coming, but Van Echelen, I think she's going to take 3rd place. She was dangerously close to finishing 5th, but a double podium for PSL Racing in the closest you're going to get to my home race in this championship anyway. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. So 1st and 3rd, I honestly don't, well, I said I think I know how it happened. It's just we were on the quicker tyres but stopped the same amount of times, but I don't know. Well, we pulled that trick several times this this series before. So yeah, 1st and 3rd, 212 million people saw the team win its home race, and there you go. So Hoops actually for West GP took 2nd, and then yep, Drivers' Championship, Sanya Hicks is on 143 points, Van Echelen only on 88. So much for the teammate rivalry. And Constructors' Championship, PSL Racing is on 231 points. Gomma Sport in 2nd, only on 80 points. Quite remarkable and ridiculous. And Northern Monkey Racing have scored 12 points. I don't know when that happened. I assume that happened this race, but in fact it must have done. So Wow, okay, yeah, so there you go. So that was this episode, part 20. Part 21 and the finale to this series will be next week, I believe. But yeah, the next episode will be the final one, because we're going to wrap up this we're going to wrap up the Constructors and Drivers Championship in the World Spec Series quite comfortably. So yeah, be sure to check in to the next episode to find out how this series ends and how the PSL Racing saga is going to end. So I'll see you guys then.